on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackowitz. This is the Kaged match, and this is my review for AEW Dark for 2/4/20. You started with Taz on the commentary team again. It looks like Taz is a permanent fixture now. Seems that way. Your first match is Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy, and they are taking on Brandon Cutler and Sonny Kiss. Luchasaurus is, of course, with Jurassic Express at ringside. And this is a match that I was kind of interested in just because of the fact that Sonny Kiss actually kind of shows off some in-ring ability here. So far, all that I've really seen from Sonny Kiss is like some comedy bits or some moments that they try to create in the match. Very flamboyant, and I don't know that really does anything for me in a match. So this was kind of cool. You actually got some in-ring work from Sonny Kiss that I thought was actually pretty decent. So that's important. And, I don't mind a person's sexuality at all, but I will say the over-the-top flamboyant thing, if you're going to do that, you've got to be able to come in and work and do more than just be flamboyant in the ring. It's cool that you're proud of who you are. That's not a problem at all. But there's got to be something more to that. And unfortunately, so far, this is the actual first match that I've seen that actually had some really good in-ring work. So I do want to make that comment. I don't care what a person's race, sexuality is, doesn't matter. But when you get in the ring, you got to be able to perform and make it more than just about personality. And so kudos. I was pretty glad to see that, actually. At the end of the day, Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy do pull out the win, of course. No surprise there. And there you go. The second bit was just really odd. It was Brandy Rhodes in a psychiatrist's office talking to somebody. And it appears that they're breaking up the Nightmare Collective. It was talking about Brandy Rhodes and if she's having second thoughts about the collective. And then they were kind of flashing a bunch of tweets of people that were just saying how bad Brandy Rhodes sucks. I'm sorry, I gotta call a spade a spade. Brandy Rhodes has not impressed me at all with anything that she's done so far. And I understand she's Cody Rhodes' wife. I get that. She's part of the company, a big part of the company. But I want to see people in the ring that can perform. And so far, she just, like I said, she has not impressed me. So, not to be too crucial, but if the shoe fits. So it was just a really awkward bit. Thankfully, it wasn't very long. Then you got Hikaru Shida versus Mel from the Nightmare Collective. Of course, she has Awesome Kong and Luther out there. And it was a terrible match just because of Mel. Mel is big, gangly, awkward, doesn't wrestle very well. And Hikaru Shida had to carry anything good that happened here. That is another problem with the Nightmare Collective. It's not just Brandy, but they've got Luther, who nobody gives a damn about. Mel, who is not good. And Awesome Kong, who is kind of one note. I like Awesome Kong. I actually hate that name. I always have. I've said that before. I hate the name Awesome Kong. I don't know where the hell they came up with that, but Jesus, it sucks. So Hikaru Shida kind of battles through the odds, gets the win, and then after the match, the Nightmare Collective completely split up. Now, I will say that I'm very, very happy that AEW are listening to their fans. Everybody said, we hate the Nightmare Collective, it sucks, there's no point to it. And for me, it's just everybody in there is bad. So while this was not a good match, and Hikaru Shida was the only good part about it, at least you got the AEW listening to the fans, and they broke up the Nightmare Collective. So that's good. I like that. Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford then take on Kenny Omega and Riho. And I really like this match for a couple of reasons. This was actually on the Jericho Cruise. And it really showcases that AEW is kind of set apart from WWE in more than a few ways. One of the ways is that in intergender tag matches, which they said they originally weren't going to do, they have the women facing the men and vice versa. You'll have the women facing the women, men facing the men. But also mixing it up and women showing that they can wrestle with guys too. And I really, really appreciated that. It kind of sets it apart and saying, you know what? women can do exactly what men do, and they can do it with men. So I thought that that was very cool, and it was a good match. They really had some good spots here. It actually started with Penelope Ford versus Kenny Omega, and very, very good, man. And Kenny Omega and Riho take the win, and then there was a promo after the match where Omega said that, yeah, we did say that we weren't going to do intergender tag matches, but you know what? We wanted to do this and showcase that we could do this. And thankfully, nothing backfired, and, nobody got injured, and people took care of each other. And he's like, we want to show that this is who we are. So it was very cool. Then you get an Awesome Kong update. There was an interview in her trainer's room, and the trainer came out and said that she had a herniated disc or something. So it looks like Awesome Kong may be out for a while. That's what they appear to be building toward. And I don't know if that's because Awesome Kong just wants to take a break or leave, or, maybe she was actually injured. I hope not. So yeah, that's what's happening there with Awesome Kong. So it looks like she's going to be MIA. And then you get Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard cuts a promo saying that they're looking for, Shawn Spears' next tag partner. They bring in Colin Delaney. And they take on Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, and of course they have Orange Cassidy out there. Really good stuff, man. Good match all the way around. Colin Delaney I wasn't familiar with, and he looked really good. He was able to pull off a lot of good stuff. Of course, Trent Beretta, really, really good. Chuck Taylor, really, really good. Pretty big fan of Shawn Spears. I don't know that he's as athletic as everybody else in this match, but he's still a really good guy, really good wrestler. You had your Orange Cassidy spot in there, and this time it was with Tully Blanchard, of all people. So that was kind of funny. And at the end of the day, Trent and Chuck win. And that was AEW Dark. That was it. So you had a couple of really good matches, one okay match, and then one match that I really didn't care about, but at least it ended with AEW doing some fan service, so I like that. So the Marco Stunt Jungle Boy, Brandon Cutler, Sonny Kiss match, it was decent. I liked it. Didn't blow me away, but it was good. Entertaining. Hikaru Shida, Mel, yeah. But again, they had the fan service at the end. They really listened to them. So I'm going to give them props for that. That makes this match bumped up a couple of notches for sure. Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford, Omega Riho, I thought was outstanding. I really, really loved that they had the guys and the women fighting it together. Loved it. Really, really loved it. And then Spears, Delaney, Trent, and Chuck were, it was a really good match. So I'm going to give this above average, but not necessarily as good as I would normally give stuff that had the couple of matches that it did have. The last two matches I was really a fan of, but there were things that, I couldn't get past. Mel being terrible in the ring being one of them. So I am going to give this, to be fair, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It was still above average, really enjoyed it. And hopefully we're moving past the Nightmare Collective BS now. So that's how I feel about it. That is my review of AEW Dark. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation, out.